Yo, I'll do a Q&A if anybody's interested. I'll do nothing special. I'm sitting in my hotel room to get out of the rain. Set up my tripod. Bear with me. Got me some Burger King. They made me check in a little early, so I fell asleep. I woke up so hungry. Starting to bald a little bit more too. Look at this. Almost tempted to shave it all off. So I was tent camping last night. It's my last night in Illiopolis. A thunderstorm, so it was about an hour and a half straight thunderstorm. I should have recorded it for everybody, but I was more or less worried about the dog than YouTube. That and my tent was flooding. So that was a little stressful. I had to shut my card down. Somebody had an Amazon account on it. Terrible, terrible things, man. Luckily, they only got me for $12, possibly 22. They're investigating it. I got lucky. I could have definitely got cleaned out. So I don't know if they just send different sweet and sour sauces to different Burger Kings, but their sweet and sour sauce here in Springfield tastes way different than what I remember. Way different. It's like soy sauce. That's a nice painting for the background too. Look at that. Nice little waterfall. Too bad I ain't at a waterfall right now. That'd be decent. I'm glad I'm not, because I needed this burger. What are these things? I've never tried the live with these different effects. I'm gonna give them a shot, see what happens. Oh yeah, actually selected. That's what we got here. Nothing happened. Nothing. Unless I don't see it. Stop. Why are you barking all the time? I ain't heard nothing. I gotta trust the dog. Obviously, they be doing hearing stuff that we don't hear. Another reason. Oh, look, that one actually did something. Nah, that's cool. But yeah, you gotta trust the dogs. I'm glad I got the dog with me too. She's actually been looking out for me for sure. Yeah, the radioactive one doesn't do anything. X-ray don't do anything. Oh yeah, it does. Wild.
$3,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $3,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back when you get gas. That's right, you can earn cash back with Upside just for the gas you're already buying. You can literally earn cash back today.
No effects.
Download the free Upside app now. Earn cash back for simply filling your gas tank. Use promo code GROW25 for an extra 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Don't be afraid to ask some questions. I'm here for y'all, so let's hear it. Let me know how it's going. Ask me how I'm going, how I'm doing. You know.
Earn cash back on everyday gas purchases. Plus, you can cash out anytime, right to your bank or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. So whether you're driving around town a couple times a week or driving hundreds of miles every day, Upside is for you. Don't wait.
There you go.
Have made $200 this year already. Download the free Upside app. For a 25 cents per gallon bonus. That's code GROW25 for a 25 cents per gallon bonus. It is time for you to invest in yourself, and there's no time to waste.
I have a lot of friends who watched couples roll their trains, and I was sitting there wishing it was me. But I knew that sooner or later it would be me.
You're gonna do something with your time. If you just make that choice to go to school, you can do it, and you shouldn't wait.
The right time is right now. New Hampshire University can help you take the next step to your future.
I got ketchup, y'all. The sweet and sour sauce is just something different out here, man. I don't like it. I mean, it's all right, but there's more sour than there is sweet.
Friends have been telling friends about Colonial Penn guaranteed acceptance whole life insurance for more than 50 years. And with good reason. If you're between the age of 50 and 85, it's a sure thing. Your acceptance is guaranteed because for
There's good news.
price, obviously started at $9.99.
That's probably like
Less than
one of my more favorite songs now. Not The whole song, that intro.
And you should know this coverage can last a lifetime.
But good message though. If you, and a lot of people don't want to listen to it because it's not their style of song. Is it's in a different language and stuff. But if you look at the translated version, listen to the message. Listen to what she's talking about.
Listen, I call you, but I don't have your number. I know you're watching. Yes, you. Just pick up the phone and call your favorite attorney. He's calling you, but he doesn't have your number.
Oh man. Ugh. Oh man. I woke up a little. Oh, there went my phone. I woke up pretty sore, man. My legs was hurting. Feeling a little bit fresh at this point. Excuse me. But yeah, man, that little bit of rest that I got when I got here, well, I was like, I mean, you jump on a bean bag, then you kind of just fall into it. And you get sucked into another world. It's kind of like what happened, man. I woke up, felt like I was trying to dig out of a mud pit or something.
Yeah, I think everyone heard you, Mason. Thank you so much. Good work to do. And I'm thinking, she can have a duet with Clara, because she's a star. That is
Have my key. Oh, stay here, puppy. I'll be back. Oh. Pretty nice here too. I got one room. I ended up canceling it. I was a little sketched out about that one. Oh, it feels good out here. With guys. A little bit of an overcast for sure. It's supposed to be clear skies. Oh, bear with me. My camera's flipping and flailing. My selfie stick doesn't necessarily have much gears left or teeth on the gear, or have many teeth left on the wheels that keep it from turning side to side like that. Talk about that in a later video. Yeah, Burger King's right across the street, so that was actually pretty good. Had a couple gift cards for them. Come on, camera. Or, not camera, selfie stick. Hey. See, like, as soon as I let it go, it falls. Well, I guess, I don't know if that's probably still has me upside down. I don't know. I have to rewatch this video. I'm gonna have to watch this live and see what that camera does. Because if it does work with it upside down, I'll probably roll with it like that because I can't center it with the volume button and stuff. Seems not very many people is interested tonight for my live stream.
one of the other guys that's out there right now doing this, and he's doing the four corners of the lower 48 for just mental health awareness in general. I sent him a message. Maybe we could do a collab or something. Or, I don't know. Maybe he'd give me a shout out. I give him a shout out. So the only difference between me and him right now, is from what I can see, is it looks like he's on sobriety as well. You know, being 48 months clean, I think is what it said. Drug free. That's good. And but he's doing the four corners of the lower 48, and I'm gonna be doing. And where he started too. I don't know if he started. He said he started at his feet in the water. So I don't know if he flew from his place or if he started there and he lived there. I didn't really look too much into his story, but I'm starting in Plainfield, Indiana, getting to Oregon. And in that trip, I can have any help that anybody wants to offer. No restrictions whatsoever. Simply because this first part is really to try to help grow myself, heal myself, give myself more motivation, get a following. Try to find not platforms. Excuse me. Try to find people that are doing foundations and stuff that are, contributing to my cause. I have yet to find anybody that really wants to work with me on that. I ain't really reached out too much, but I've reached out to a couple of them. Nobody's reached back yet. I'm sure it's just got to make its way through the process. People got to get it in the emails or messages. Loop around the phone calls and send those messages around. Sponsors and all that stuff. I actually joked yesterday, I was talking about extreme camping in the thunderstorm, and I should get a Red Bull sponsor or something. So I might check that. I might check into that and see if Red Bull has anything to offer for this type of thing, which would be pretty cool. I mean, it's a pretty active, explorative, adventurous type of company. They work with a lot of crazy stuff, and I feel like this is crazy stuff right here. Walking across the country and then around the country and then into Alaska, and also I'm gonna try to fly to Hawaii. Funds permitting and all that good stuff. I really want to be if I could get to Hawaii also. That would be great, because I want to make sure that everybody in America or on American territory, American soil, and maybe not the actual territories themselves, but the states, obviously, and then the island. I want to make sure I try to get to every single one of them. Well, not all the states, obviously. I'm going to be going around the states, but I'm going to be going through a lot of states to get to. I'm going from Indiana to get to Oregon. I might be actually skipping Missouri, unfortunately. Being that I'm not super, super healthy at the moment, I'm still a smoker. I'm trying to drop those still. So those hills are absolutely going to kill me. And so I got a buddy. He's going to give me a help. I'm going to go to Oklahoma, and I might have some surprise videos for you guys coming from that. And that went out. And Kansas, I'm gonna be walking through Kansas. I'm not gonna not let myself do that. And then I'm going straight to Colorado. I'm gonna spend the winter in Colorado, and around in mid-April, I'm gonna be going into Wyoming. And if anybody lives in Wyoming, hit me up. Let me know how everything's going on, how everything's going through there with the, weather for next year, what they're suspecting, and road closures that are expected, et cetera, et cetera. Anything that somebody like me could potentially use for any extra knowledge towards the trip is better. You know what I mean? I've been asking as I go with locals and making sure that certain parts of 36, old 36 and stuff like that ain't closed, or bridge overpasses, anything like that, it closed or shut down, so I can keep moving and I'll have to divert. So far, I haven't had no problems. There's been a few constructions, and I've noticed that there was one bridge that looked like it had just got done from construction or like a rebuild, all new fresh concrete and stuff. The wall or the walls of it and everything were brand new, fresh concrete. So I know it had to have just recently been rebuilt, and I'm glad that it was done, because to loop around that would have been insane. But yeah, when I get to Colorado, be there for till April, and then I'm going to run up to northwest through Wyoming. I don't know exactly what path I'm going to take just yet, but I might go up to the mountains a bit. And then I can't remember what road it is, but it's a pretty hilly road. But I should be pretty fresh coming out of Colorado. I'll be ready for that. That's no big deal. And Wyoming, the headwinds is going to be crazy. Can't wait to get to Idaho again. I've been through there. It's a pretty nice state. I camped in Oregon at Tillamook Mountain for a night, and then hurricane force winds and storms came in, washed away the road I came in on. This was 2020 during COVID. I had a Jeep trail out of there. That was fun. Alright, time to go back in. Oh, I think they got an ice machine here too. Yeah, they got an ice machine here too, so when I leave I can stock up on my ice and everything. Be good to go. Alright, you guys want to see Nim? You want to say hi to the dog? You want to say hi to the dog? Got pet that dog? Got pet that dog? Oh, look at this pretty girl. Look at this pretty girl. Is it pretty? Oh, is it pretty? Sit. It's a pretty good girl. Oh, is it pretty? Is it pretty? Stay. Good girl. Stay. Look at that pretty girl. Yeah. Friend. But anyways, and then when I get to Oregon, there's a bay up there between Oregon and Washington, so that's why I'm starting in Oregon. In case anybody hasn't heard yet, that's what the plan is. Starting in Oregon, I'm gonna loop around counterclockwise around down to San Diego, where I will be spending my birthday probably in like LA area or something like that. When I turn 33, I'll probably be in LA. Which is pretty easy. I've never been to California. I did go to Oregon, but I kind of tried to avoid California, just being that I didn't want my van to break down when I was over. I had the van life with my car or anything. Really didn't want to break down in California, man. Just simply because, I don't know. I can't really explain exactly why I didn't want to, but being how LA is somewhat bad, homeless, and some of the crime rate and stuff like that, I did not want to get stranded at all. It was a big thing for me getting stranded in an area I only wanted to be in for like a couple of days or something, max. I mean, while there is tons of help in some areas for people that are broke down, whatever, or maybe there isn't. I don't know. I've been to LA, so, keep me posted on that. I will be walking, and I got the cart and everything, obviously, so I ain't getting stranded. If I need a new wheel, I can get a wheel easier than I can get a car wheel. The prices for the cars and all that stuff's a little bit different. Insurance and licensing. let's say I get into a car accident because somebody, that wasn't paying attention, then I'm totally screwed. So yeah, that's why I didn't want to go through there. But I also avoided the Grand Canyon, which I did not want to do. That's actually part of my bucket list is getting to the Grand Canyon eventually. Maybe at the end of the trip, when I have some, a little bit extra funding, I might go to each one of the states or go to each one of these places that I want to go to and actually see it. Because I don't want to go on and not be able to do some of the things I really want to do. I'd be able to help the healing process. But yeah, the Grand Canyon is one other thing on my bucket list, and Hawaii is part on the bucket list. Alaska's the top. I got to make it to Alaska. I've been trying and trying. I wanted to do it when I was in Oregon. I was so tempted to just sell my car and get a ferry and go. I mean, I didn't have a dog at the time, so it would have been just me. But it was a different time. I'm in a better timeline now that it makes more sense. I mean, I probably would have been hurting myself if I would have went to Alaska a lot sooner. So kind of glad I didn't go when I wanted to go at that point, but I did in fact get to Oregon, and I went all the way to the West Coast. I've been to the East Coast. I've been down to Florida. I lived in Florida for 6 months. Thanks to my mom, and she helped me out with that, get me down there, and it just wasn't necessarily my cup of tea, Florida. And it's the furthest, point in America away from Alaska. So, I mean, that's the furthest away from the top of the list. So it was a struggle just wrapping that around my mind every day. What's up, puppy? Oh, come on. Whoa, easy, you're kicking my phone. You're so good, girl. It's so precious. Oh, come here. Come here. Yo. Look at this, guys. Oh, there went my camera. Oh, tilt this down a bit. Yeah, right there. All right. Here she is. There she is. There's the puppy dog. I know quite a few people are probably only watching just to make sure I take good care of the dog. Don't worry. She gets better care than I do. She's got more water storage than I do. I got, as a matter of fact, hold on, puppy. See if I can reach it. Oh. This thing. I know it is a little bit heavy, and I don't care because this has had ice in it for 3 days. No, 4 days. This is ice in it for 4 days now. It's still got ice. It's ice water in here. I mean, it's been slowly melting, but look, there's still tons of ice in this thing. Tons. So, I mean, I fill this thing up with ice, and I can make sure for, even in very sunny days, it's actually a lot of the 80, 85 degree days is what I've been dealing with. So that's what's been hitting it is that, 85 degree heat. But I'll keep it in the shade a little bit. When I'm walking with the cart, the sun is mostly, because of the time of the year, it's mostly on my left. So I keep that hanging on the right side of the cart, and it keeps it somewhat in the shade. And yeah, that thing can hold ice for a long time, so I can make sure that, I got ice water and the dog's got ice water. Cool us down, make sure you give her ice cube or something, she can chew on that, and I can suck on an ice cube or something, keep myself cooler. So that thing, I mean, if you're ever doing a long trek or whatever, in ice or water in general, you want to keep it cold, whatever, get something like that thermos. You won't regret it. You might think, oh man, this bag is heavy because of this thing. It's not heavy because of that. That's actually helping you. You got to understand a lot of things are super helpful. While some things can be hurtful, I don't consider that to be any way, shape, or form my downfall. It's this size of tent that I got, but I'm cool with that too. Anyways, three-person A-frame tent that I got from Walmart. Actually, no. If anything's a downfall, it's probably the cooler. I got one a little bit too big, but it's good because I put some food and water in there. I don't have to worry about it getting beat on by the sun. I don't have to worry about insects getting to it. Squirrels, raccoons, anything like possums, whatever. They're not going to get into it. A bear would rip it to shreds. So I understand. Whenever I get to Alaska, it's going to be a little bit of a different setup. I got a place for Ninma to go to. So whenever I get to Alaska, Ninma's going to be taken care of. She's going to be out here in the lower 48, nice and safe, while I go up into Alaska. And the reason of that being is I really don't want to have to be slowed down because of the dog. Because I wouldn't necessarily have the cart the whole time. It's probably going to end up having a sled or something like that pull behind me. And she'd have to walk a lot more. And I don't want to put her through that. She's already 5 years old, going into 6. And not only that, but her scent, the poop and all that, whatever, bears, moose, whatever, especially brown bears. I don't know, it just being that they're territorial, they'll smell her. She's a female. She's not fixed. So I'm not taking her to Alaska with me. Point. Period. Into conversation with that one. She's got a place to go. So after I loop around the lower 48 and I get to Washington, I will be getting her back over into Oklahoma, is where she's going to be staying while I'm in Alaska. When I get back to Washington, is when I'm going to grab her back up, I'm going to fly to Oklahoma, and then fly out to Hawaii, and I'm going to hike that, and I'm going to fly back. Now I might not just do the main island, because it seems that it's fairly small. I would only be out there for a very short period of time. So I might do like the main island, and then I might do a few of the other smaller islands or something. But I'm not going to do any of the islands that have nothing, because I still want to have people around. I want to have resources around. So, I'm not necessarily doing this so the fish can breathe better. This is for humanity. And people in Hawaii also deserve to know that they're not alone either. They're out in the middle of the ocean, very, very far away from America. I know a lot of them probably don't even feel like they are a part of America, but they are. We're all in this together. So I'll be there, hopefully. Come and check out the islands and see how everything's going on out there. And then after that, I don't necessarily have a full-on plan after Hawaii in particular, except for maybe I might head back to Oklahoma and restart fresh there. I got some job offers and place to stay, if I really need it. I just can't, I've been offered that a way out for this whole time. Any part of this trip, if I feel like I can't go any further, or I don't want to go any further, which that's not going to be the case. I need to charge my phone. It's about to die. Oh no. Give me just a second, guys. I need to get this plugged in. Ugh. Good. Luckily, I had all this stuff sitting here ready. I do have my battery pack here, but it is dead. I used it to charge my phone during the thunderstorm. All right. There we go. All right, we are plugged in, and my phone's turning. Oh, it's gonna be hard. Get this straight now. There we go. That's a little better. All right. So, anyways, I've been offered a place to go, a job, stuff like that at any time if I feel like it's necessary for me to just stop, which I really don't want to, man. I'm so motivated, and this means I don't think anything's gonna stop me. Even one of my better friends telling me, I've got these ways out. I've given myself too many ways out already. I've got problems with completing tasks. I don't know if it's like an ADHD thing or whatever. I mean, I've never been diagnosed with it, but there's always that possibility where I have certain issues that I've overlooked or never even thought to have somebody help me out. I'm worried about that because I'm purely motivated now. Nothing's going to stop me. Nothing's going to break my style. I'm going to keep moving, pun intended. And it's not just for me. It's for you guys. But this is also a healing process for me. I've been a broken soul for a lot of my life. And while PTSD is basic title for a lot of different things, there are levels to that. And I feel like, the level of my PTSD is quite low compared to others, but I still suffer and I struggle from some of the different things from my past, and being antisocial or trying to separate myself from certain people because the feeling of loss hit me kind of heavy earlier on in my life. So I've kind of adopted that philosophy where I might as well just try to be as solo as possible. That way that feeling of loss is not present, but it's still around. I still feel it every day, and I feel it even a connection with people that I don't even know. So, for example, when I was going from 36 going on to old 36, where so at 36 turns into 72, I couldn't take that route. So if you look at the maps, what part of it was, I can't remember. I'm sure you guys could look it up, or AI, what part of it is where. But it was going into my last stop. It was in between that. So I want to say Hammond. I don't know. I got a pretty bad memory too. And this is part of this trip is to try to help heal that as well, hopefully. But anyways, it was between my last two stops. From Iliopolis and the one before that, which I think was Hammond. I believe it was. I can't remember. So bear with me on that. I know some people have better memories and better content. So I'm just bringing it to you. It's raw footage. This is the real me. Yeah. I made myself lose train of thought, going down a rabbit hole again. I absolutely hate when that happens. Oh, that's what I was talking about. So in between my last two stops, there is you're going from 36 where it starts to go into 72, and you got to kind of cut north on this side street where 36 goes, because that's it connects. And I'm guessing they redid that whole structured area so they could account for both 36 and or old 36 and 72 for the new highway. But when you're getting onto there, there's a new dispensary, and then there's some overpasses. Well, I was sitting under that overpass, just kind of collecting some shit, rest up, cool off, and a funeral escort came through. And I was already, it was Decatur. That's what it was. That's all coming back to me now. I was leaving Decatur, getting to Illiopolis. Well, Decatur kind of tore me down a little bit. I ain't gonna lie. Just the aura and the energy and the amount of me being turned down, even though I'm doing this cause. There's so many places out there that didn't want me around or looked at me like I was just this person. Oh, I'm using this message to try to make money. Homeless liar or something like that. I mean, the way I was being looked at out there was very unorthodox for the type of stuff that I'm doing. Like, I look clean, I'm not out here doing weird things. I'm following through a process, and I'm not lingering. So I don't understand. But I had ended up stopping at one of the churches that did accept me, and I'll give them a shout out. It was Tabernacle Baptist Church on the west side of Decatur. And I asked them if I could stop by for some prayer. And while I'm not the traditional Christian or a Christian in general, I hold true a lot of values throughout a lot of different religions, and then just in common sense and science and stuff. I hold a lot of the important values because while I don't necessarily believe everything is true, there is a philosophy there where certain messages were trying to enhance the human experience. So I stick true to that. And so I stopped for some prayer. The pastor there, he actually had suffered from similar things that I was suffering from. So I was able to let some things out. I cried a little bit, which isn't wrong. I'm not afraid to admit, I was bawling my eyes out. It was a struggle. I could hardly speak, but they embraced me. We did some prayer, and I headed on out down the road. I ended up getting a flat while I was out there. I met 3 cool dudes, and then so I pulled my cart off. They pulled off, so I pulled off and talked for a little bit. They wanted to know what was going on. And I appreciate you guys for giving me the subscriptions and following and expanding on this message. But I believe I got a flat tire when I pulled off on the side over there, because it was on the right side. The right side of the cart. That tire is what's the issue now. I ended up getting some Fix-A-Flat. It was about a mile and a half up the road. I ended up realizing, like, man, this cart's getting really heavy to push. And so I stopped, and I was going to go shift some stuff around, and then I realized, oh no, it's flat. And as I'm realizing the tire was flat, a little bit of a gust of wind came in, and because of the tire being flat, it caused it to have a little bit more backward momentum. So it tipped. Everything came off, and I had to reorganize that. A couple people were coming through. They were going slow. I waved them down. I told them, hey, I need some Fix-A-Flat. I mean, I was literally right outside of the town. Next, I can't remember, what was it? I can't remember the name of the town, but it's right next to Illiopolis, east of Illiopolis, right next to it. It's the next town over. So you guys can look at the maps, and you guys will be able to find out which one that one is. And there's a couple people, man, that stopped. Not everybody had something that they could help me with, but the first guy that stopped, he was on a motorcycle. So he didn't have nothing on him. He didn't tell me he was going to go out and get none. Kind of surprised me with it. And he came back, but before he came back, a couple had stopped in their white SUV, and they went and ran over to their house to try to find something. And before the other guy had come back, because the Illiopolis was still so far away, he had time to come. He had plenty of time to go home, come back before the guy on the motorcycle came back from Iliopolis, the dollar store. Well, first guy on the motorcycle got me 1 can of Fix-A-Flat, and then the couple got me 2 cans of Fix-A-Flat. So I ended up with 3 cans of Fix-A-Flat. Got my tire fixed. I ended up getting into Iliopolis about 9 o'clock. You know, it was about an hour, 45 minutes to an hour, and not pitch black, but it was dark. And that was a little bit dangerous, but luckily there's some people out there that are paying attention. It's not a bad area. You know, they know how to drive. They knew how to drive, thankfully. So I appreciate people that were driving on 36 through that area yesterday or the day before yesterday. I do appreciate you. Actually, it would have been 3 days ago. Or 2 nights ago, 3 days ago. So good experience on that part. And I get into town, and he said Uncle Monkey's, they didn't close till 2. So I was able to go in there and hang out, and they gave me a place to hang out for a night. And then I ended up lingering a little bit longer than what I wanted to, just because of how awesome I felt in that town. Iliopolis is a pretty great town. So I ended up staying 1 more night, and luckily Uncle Monkey's let me stay 1 more night. So I do apologize if I overstayed my welcome, but thanks for having me. It means a lot. And so I woke up that morning, this morning at about 7:30, 8 o'clock. I got up and got myself packed up, went over to the Bunkers Bar, got me a little bit of breakfast. Dave came out. He said he had offered me a ride if it was raining, and if I ended up, if I decided I wanted to get a ride up to Springfield. Well, I pretty much woke up and was like, I'm going to go ahead and take that offer. Not because I'm weak, but because I really want to get caught in the rain. I don't want to have, less visibility this early in my trip. I don't want to put the dog in danger. So it made sense. Why avoid, when I have no restrictions, why avoid it? I have no restrictions until Oregon. Just to try to grow myself and show people that it's okay to ask for help and it's okay to receive help when it's offered. You shouldn't say no when you know you need it. It hurts you more. And I've done that in the past. I've told people, no, I don't want the help, and ended up coming back to them with a little bit of tear in my eye and telling them, I regret saying no for that help. That offer's still on the table. And so Dave, you gave me a ride. I appreciate you. Got me over to the hotel room, so I'm hanging out here for another night, waiting out this rain and drying out my gear. I washed a few things out in the sink, and be heading out to, I think it's New Berlin is my next stop, and then Jacksonville, Illinois, where I'm getting closer and closer and closer to that to the border. So it's not gonna take me much longer. I'll be pretty much done with Illinois, and I started in Plainfield, so not necessarily the whole state of Indiana, but technically, I technically started in Indianapolis. That's where I was living, but didn't live anymore. But I went to Plainfield to have a place to stay while I was getting everything ready. So I do appreciate my sister for that. Give her a shout out. Ashley, thank you for letting me stay there for a little bit to get my stuff ready and get out there. So I started on Plainfield. I'll just say 2/3, or sorry, no, with a third. A third of Indiana. I walked across, not 2/3. A little bit, giving myself a little bit too much credit. And people can look at the geology and know that's not 2/3. Think about a third. But yeah, a third of Indiana, and then making it through Illinois. 200 miles. I think I did some math on like how I got rides and everything. And I pretty much walked about 150, 160. And then the rest of that has been me getting rides. So that's not bad. 160 miles in by my own accord. I've been pushing about 20-mile days here in Illinois. in Indiana. When I started it in Indiana, it was very low amount of miles, 16, then 13. And it wasn't necessarily motivating. I thought I wasn't going to be able to do it, but I kept pushing. And 20-mile days, I resituated some of my gear. I dropped some gear I didn't need, threw that stuff away or gave it away, so I didn't have to carry stuff that I don't need. Because once you get past 100 miles, you're like, man, I really don't want to carry this. I haven't used it, and I know for a fact I ain't going to use it. So get rid of it. And if you did end up needing it, just, improvise, try to pick something up that's similar and, fixes the problem that would have fixed. It wasn't very much either. It was very few items. A couple of things was clothes and then a poncho. I had 2 ponchos. I really only need one. I don't know why I had the 2. And they both do the same thing where they're partial tarp, partial poncho. So they got the hood, but there's still a tarp. I already have a tarp. So now I have poncho and a tarp, and the other poncho is gone. It was a lower quality one anyways. I got a higher quality poncho, and it's inside of a bag as well. I absolutely would not sacrifice bedding or a tent. And I could have got a smaller tent, but that thunderstorm, I am so glad that I had a bigger tent because I took everything out of the cart, put everything inside the tent with me, covered the cart up as best. Being that great, it still got soaked. There was water pooling in the inside of it, so I'm glad I pulled all the important stuff out of there. I was gonna leave my clothes, my bag of clothes, on the cart and have it covered up. I'm super glad that I didn't do that because everything in my bag of clothes would have been soaked. All of my extra clothes, everything would have been soaked. It would have been bad. Yeah, that's the first thing you want to avoid is getting your entire bag of clothes. Your entire bag of clothes completely soaking wet. That's a lot of weight. Yeah. But yeah, I'm down with this Q&A. I just, I want people to join up and ask me some questions. Yeah, another thing too, as I was looking at this guy's description about when this other guy I was just talking about when I was outside, he's walking around the 4 corners of the U.S. for mental health awareness and just, flatline in general. I'm sure he probably has motivation for men's mental health. I'm sure, because it's just a huge issue. So he's doing mental health awareness because everybody struggles for mental health awareness or mental health issues. Sorry. Everybody suffers from it. Whether you could be the happiest person in the world, but guess what? You still got something in the back of your head scratching and eating away. I know you do. We're not perfect. We're human beings. And if you don't have something in there, that one little regret or whatever, then are you human? Are you? And if you are, maybe you're the next stage in evolution. Maybe, there's a point in human evolution where nobody cares anymore and everybody's good. That'd be great. If human evolution goes into, the human brain not having a certain reaction to certain things and negativity not destroying you as a whole, wouldn't that be great? Could you imagine humanity with no one having mental illnesses or issues but that's the thing is if you don't know how to be sad, you don't know how to be happy. And while a human race with that no need to be sad would just mean that it's also a civilization of very unhappy and unsad people. So there's no motivation. I don't know. There just wouldn't be any motivation on that because there's no motivation to be happy, no motivation to be not sad. You know, you get great loss. You know, we honor that loss. And if there was a time where people just no longer honored the dead, I don't know if I would want to be a part of that because you celebrate life, you know? You gotta celebrate life. Well, I guess I'll just hang out and I'll look every now and again to the look at the chats every now and again. If anybody's got a question, I'll answer it. Trying to give you guys as much material to watch as possible because not only do I forget to record sometimes, I don't always have the motivation to because I'm struggling with my legs hurting or I got the dog out. I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain, but I'm not at habit right now for being just pushing out so much YouTube and editing all these videos. I've tried it. I've had this YouTube channel for a long time, and while I've done editing on some past videos, I had the laptop and I had the ability to do some editing and add music and all that. But as of right now, all I got's the phone, and I'm not that smart. I'm computer literate, but I don't know all the ins and outs of YouTube. I don't do the TikTok. I don't like TikTok anyway because the way that they take your data and it's, you know, a Chinese source. Anybody on TikTok, man, if you lose your information and stuff and you have issues with scams, and I told you so. There's a reason why I don't do TikTok, and hopefully they're gonna get that banned because TikTok is not good for people. It's really not. And you know, while it's a way to spread messages and awareness, if they're gonna have a data collection policy where they tell you, hey, we collect and sell your data to third parties, just like Google does or whatever. TikTok is really bad. I downloaded TikTok before. I did the TikTok shop, and it was the most my phone ever crashed, and I had scam calls all the time. I don't like the TikTok. I would get emails, 1,000 emails a day about stuff with TikTok. So it's all it is just a platform to just keep you on your phone, keep you on your phone. And it's not all about that. That's why I'm not necessarily always on a live stream or making a video. I'm not trying to just be on my phone all the time. I want to soak in the trip. I want to see people and actually spread the awareness in a locality, but also show the world through YouTube and Facebook. You know, we're not alone. But I only use these two platforms, mainly because I use Facebook because communication for family and people who don't have, they don't have phone numbers or whatever, or I don't have their phone number. And I got the Discord as well. The Discord that was purely for gaming and stuff. If chat wasn't or not chat, but the Xbox party and stuff wasn't working, we had the Discord. We could communicate. If hey, are you on the game right now? So I'm about to log in, and we played DayZ. So if you just logged in next to something and somebody else could be there, it could be an enemy or a friend. If it was, you let your friend know, hey, I'm about to log in this spot exactly, then they'll be able to know, hey, okay, I can expect to see you. And then, hey, I'm sitting right here. So when you log in, don't just go gung-ho on me. So that's why I got the Discord. But the YouTube is one of the bigger platforms. It's easy to use. I don't know. I watch it all the time. But I don't get notifications from YouTube like I did TikTok. YouTube doesn't keep me on my phone. I mean, I'll scroll on the shorts and stuff. I might go through some lives and watch some live streams a little bit. But I'm telling you, that TikTok, they had my phone all the time. I was getting an alert about something stupid. So I got rid of that. and get rid of it fast. So I only hope and expect people to try to shut that down, because if you are unaware, there are lawsuits right now for social media and how it has affected mental health. It's not good. You know, when we have something as great as this, anybody in the world can communicate, unless obviously some areas they don't let you have media or unfiltered content. It goes around the world. You can see the message, and then you can choose to continue looking at that message, change it, and then move on. And you don't just keep getting bombarded with, hey, remember this, remember this, remember this, remember this. I don't know. I'm going on a rant again. I'm sorry. But I don't like TikTok. I should have just kept it at that. I don't like TikTok at all. It's brain rot. And besides, my phone, I never have issues with any app. I go to try to flip through videos on TikTok. They buffer. It takes forever for a video to start playing. There's this choppy. It's like 10 frames a minute. Like the amount of data transferring that they're doing for a video to have to, like a 5-second clip for it to buffer and stuff is insane. It should not be buffering like that for a 5-second video because of how much transferring data you want to do. But it just doesn't seem like it's streamlined either, man. Like an app that buffers more than watching videos. And if you think about it, like, oh, I only spend an hour watching videos. But yeah, 45 minutes sitting watching the video buffer. And we're talking about being on good Wi-Fi or good connected. Whether I used my phone data or I used a hotspot or I used high-speed Wi-Fi. It didn't matter what I used, man, when I had that TikTok. It always buffered. Always. And then you'd scroll up to go to the next video, and like it would freeze in between. So you'd have half a video on the top and half a video on the bottom, and both of them are buffering at the same time. Ugh. Fix your app, TikTok, or get rid of it. You know, it's hurting people. The TikTok dances, trends, they're great. You know, people being happy in the dancing. That's cool. More happy for you. But a lot of that stuff is actual brain rot. And these kids nowadays do not understand what it's like to just go outside, touch grass, each other over the head with a stick. You know what I mean? It was so different in the 2000s, 90s, 2000s when I was around as a kid. You know, maybe that's the problem. Maybe I got hit in the head a few too many times. But a lot of these kids nowadays, man, they don't go outside. They're always on a tablet doing some game, and that's another thing too. Video games. I used to be addicted to video games, and I'm glad I've been away from it for a while. I mean, I was actually addicted to video games, and I wasn't necessarily in denial because I'm like, video games is all I had. You know, me and all my friends were on the game, and I came home from work, and I just wanted to play a little bit of the game, take me out of the world, you know. But it's actually one of the other things that's hurting humanity is we're trying to leave reality to go into a fake simulation to feel happy. We shouldn't have to go into a simulation to try to feel happy. You know what I mean? Watching a movie every now and again or getting a little bit of gaming in, you know, just to cut an edge. But, you know, I was playing 10, 12 hours, well, you know, not going to bed till 2 in the morning, got to wake up at 6 because I was so addicted to it that, I don't know, just to keep it going. I got to loot one more time. I got to go to the next town. I gotta go do this. I gotta do that. I gotta, play one more battle royale to get one more try to get this victory royale. So like, I'm gonna keep playing till I get me one. Then I'll go to bed. And then next thing you know, oh shit, I gotta be up in an hour for work. And then you go to work and you're unhappy all day because you only had an hour of sleep. Because of what? A video game? Because you were addicted to a video game? That was me. That was one of the reasons why I couldn't be happy, is just because I was always running myself ragged, no sleep, and trying to find happiness in something that doesn't necessarily provide as much happiness as you'd hope. People bring happiness, not things. Things are trivial, and they're inanimate objects. You know what I mean? We got to be more part of humanity. We got to be more part of the environment, or not the environment. We got to be more part of our neighborhoods and our people around us. And the more you do that too, the more you're able to find out, when somebody's hurting and struggling from something, you're able to see that better and care more. At least I feel like. I don't know. That's my opinion. I don't know. Not everybody feels that. Some people can be just fine playing the games 12 hours a day and then go to work for 12 hours. I don't know how you're able to accomplish that, but yeah. And then also to the people who sit on welfare and stuff all the time, and that's all you do is play video games. Like, what do you do? And if that's all you can do, I'm sorry. People out there that can't move around as much, going into retirement, they've done, they've lived their life, they've contributed their contribution. A lot of that can be construed as different, whatever. But if you've got so much to give and you don't offer nothing, not even to yourself. And that's what I was telling myself. So this isn't directed towards anybody in particular. I would have to tell myself, what am I doing? I'm on a game when I should be out trying to help myself because I'm unhappy. And because I'm unhappy, I could barely enjoy the game. The game that literally kept me happy also kept me depressed. I'll be right back. Still nobody in here asking any questions, huh? So, yeah, for this battery, 7%. I should have been charging this other thing too. All right. I gotta find this other charging box. There it is. Ugh. Oh yeah. Also, always make sure that you're looking at your Amazon recall list when you guys get emails about recalls and stuff, because I'm not advertising, but I bought this from Amazon, and I had an email talking about, hey, these things explode after blah, 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 what amount of time, or sitting on the charger too long and stuff. Guess what? I looked at the recall list because they said it got recalled. There was no recalls. It was a scam. They was trying to get me for my money and all that stuff. Probably trying to get shipping addresses and who knows, whatever it was. But I didn't respond to that, and I went straight to the Amazon thing to see about the recalls. No recalls whatsoever. Oh, the thing came off. No. Oh, no. Don't tell me it broke. Oh, it broke. Oh, man, hey. It just broke. I don't have a selfie stick no more. I knew there was a reason it wasn't it wasn't sitting right. Oh, man. Luckily, I can still oh. Okay, well, hey, I'm just now finding out that, so it wasn't teeth. Let's see. So it's got these little bumps or whatever. Let's see if I can line it up there. See those? Yeah, there you go. See those bumps? Well, on the back side of this thing, that just broke off, has ridges that it would pop into. So that's why it was crappy and kept spinning. But anyways, yeah, my that just broke. But I can glue that. I'm gonna get some glue, and then it'll be solid. But anyways, it's not like it doesn't work anymore. I mean, it's still. See if I can do this one-handed. You know, I mean, it's a tripod. Like I was telling you guys, I had to get my tripod set up. It sits like that as a tripod. And then you can pop it together like that. And then what's cool about this thing is this, if I can remember how to get this thing out. There we go. All right. Fix the camera. So this little remote, I mean, you can take that out to take the battery off, but like you can step away from it and then use this to take the picture, start a video, and all that good stuff. You can turn it on like that. So this thing's pretty cool. Just thing back in there. There we go. Yeah, I'll fix that. That's got to get fixed. I get some super glue tomorrow or whatever. Yeah, that's an interesting one. All right, this thing actually still has some charge on it. It's not dead. Ow. It's not dead like I thought it was. All right, take a second for the camera to go around so you see the charge level on this thing. So trying to find my oh, there it is. Oh, right here. Yeah, once again, I do apologize. I'm not the best YouTuber. I don't have all these great videos for everybody to watch or all these edits that make everything more pleasing to watch. I don't really want to have all that stuff anyway. I mean, great. If I had somebody to edit my stuff, it'd be great. Excuse me. But raw footage is always better footage, I feel like. Oh, I did forget my lighter. You wouldn't have a lighter on you, would you? No? All right, thank you. How's it going? Excuse me. All right. Don't know what I did there. Just fell out of my pocket. Doo-doo. Ciao. Yeah, out here, rain's going sideways. Well, it's not actually like rain, it's misting. Very, very misty out here. Dang. Yeah, you know, and another thing too is these bikers out here, motorcyclists or whatever, they always driving crazy, or they're posting their videos being what we would normally call idiots. I'm starting to understand them a little bit better. You know, I mean, I did in fact ride a moped for a while, and that open road and that adrenaline and stuff is great. And when you're struggling, and I coming from a person who, you know, I struggled really hard one day, and I pulled a really crazy maneuver in my car that you'd see these bikers doing. And I realized at that point, like, man, like that was really dumb of me. But at the same time, like, I didn't care. I did not care. I wanted something to happen. So all these channels out here where people are doing these wild things for adrenaline, I understand why you're doing it. I understand. I feel you. Sympathizing a little bit more with you guys and try to take it a little easier on some people, just because, you know, I've been an angry nobody for a long time, and that's nothing to be. Yeah, when I booked this place, I thought it said something about they had a pool, but I don't think they have a pool here. I'm gonna have to look around. Man, I've had like one beer this whole hour and a half. Come on, guys. Saturday, isn't it? Yeah, it's Saturday. Everybody's out doing stuff. Right on. Well, out doing stuff and it's raining. It's supposed to be, like I said, sunshiny days for the next couple days, and I'm heading west. So if anybody's out west right now in like Western Illinois, give me a thumbs up. Somebody leave a comment. Questions, Q&A. All right. Just doing a little quick pit stop. I had to run back in for a second. I'll be right back. Trying to get some of this stuff, the clothes that I had to wash out. Trying to get those dried up. Oh, why'd you put your food over here? Eat your food. Yeah, so Nima didn't like the bits, but I got her some gravy train. See that gravy train? She acts like she doesn't like it, and she pushes it away. But look, now she eats it. She's good. She's eating. Everybody who thinks, I ain't take care of her or anything, she's doing fine. She's good. She's loved. She gets the head scratches and the butt pats. She trust me, she's much more taken care of. Let me get this, slide that down a little bit. Sorry. She's definitely better taken care of than I am, I think. Let me make sure to my. Nope, I don't have the key. Where's that? That would have been bad. Come on now. Joe. What's going on the backside? Yeah, I don't think they have a pool here. It might have been the Red Roof Inn that had a pool. Somebody had a pool out here. We got some vending machines. We got some drinks here. Ice machine. Oh, they got a laundromat back here. $3.50 to wash, $3.50 to dry. It's a little expensive, but I didn't even think about that. It'd be free to just wash it in the sink. If anybody feels like donating, I got a Cash App and GoFundMe on my YouTube description. I got that link, Cash App, if anybody interested. Anything that keeps me going, keep spreading this awareness. Probably walk around the backside real quick. I know one of these places it had a pool. It'd be nice to be able to like sit in the pool for a second. They definitely ain't got one. Would explain why it was a little bit cheaper. I mean, it was so it was 110, but I thought they added on the pet fee. It's a $15 pet fee where I'm at. So it was ended up being like 125 or yeah, 100. It was 108 and some change, and then the 15 fee, and that's what I had to pay to get in. But it was all good. So we get a breakfast in the morning too. Looks like they got a decent breakfast bar. Hey, puppy. There you go. Get that back out of the way. I will say though, the room that I got, this chair is still in here, but look at this. What is this? Super 8? What is that? All you gotta do is put a screw in there. You know what I mean? Now let's just leave it. What?
Kids don't just walk into school. They make an entrance. Like me at Kohl's. Kohl's frozen. Let's you say what's dollars that say, I'm so big. At Kohl's at Kohl's.com.
See, these weeks store records turn hard work into heartbreak.
Next time, get the Dixie Ultra Plate. 3 times stronger than the leading store brand. Dixie, make it right.
For muscle cramps and spasms, what's your move? The Hercules? Make the move to Theraworks for fast muscle relief. Safe, gentle, and absorbs quickly for relief. Try Theraworks and get back at it.
Oh.
Changes are unexpected.
Well, I think an hour and a half and no questions is pretty much ran me ragged. If you guys do feel like donating, I gave you guys the information. You just check it out on the description. If you guys want to like, share, subscribe, hit that, smash that like button. Help me spread this awareness. That'd be great. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Have a better day tomorrow.